Hey everyone, welcome to today's conversation. We got a little something different for you, a little special treat. We have officially begun recording in 4K. That means two things. First one, y'all are gonna get some good video quality content. I'm excited, you're excited, we're excited. Second thing that means, it ate up all of our hard drive space. So today's conversation is gonna be full in audio. Thank you for your patience and understanding as we're learning how this software works. And hey, if you know how to work it, reach out to us. Let's collaborate. Y'all, in the meantime, enjoy the conversation. See you there. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Talk About It. My name is Sage Bree. Y'all, thank you for coming and checking out this conversation, this video, whether you're watching, whether you're listening, whether somebody sent this to you, regardless. I'm glad you're here. We've been going through our 5 pillars: spiritual, mental, physical, social, financial. And y'all, I just want you to know that these things that we've been talking about, the different topics, the different ideas, they mean something. They truly help establish what is going on up here, 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 and all around you. It's something that, yes, I do these 5 pillars, I live these 5 pillars, and I'm learning as well. Even like with all the video stuff, y'all, like I'm learning it. Hopefully this one comes out well. Man, the last few video quality, cheeks. Um, so I've been looking up some stuff and doing some more research. I'm looking at the screen right now. Looks better to me. We'll find out in post. Yo, we've been talking about intentional care. And yeah, we're gonna walk through this week. I'm gonna lean back. We've been walking through this week, taking a look at these different things. On Monday, growth track; Tuesday, vision board; Wednesday, back to the book; Thursday, lifeline; and today, talk about it. Gotta be honest with y'all, it has been a difficult time period. I come up here and I hoop and I holler and all this and that, and it's still a challenge. You know, there's moments and there's things, and I have conversations with people, and I have to be real. I have to tell them, I'm like, yo, like, I'm a human. Life be life in. There's moments where I have things together, and there's areas where I don't. There's moments where life is bliss, and there's moments where it's challenging. There's moments where I really understand what I'm doing, and there's moments I don't have a freaking clue what the heck is happening. And so it's not my intention to come here and be like, this is how you do it, and if you don't do it this way, like, nah. What I'm sharing with you are things that work for me, for my family, my loved ones, and those that I've walked through life with. I'm liking this video quality so far, y'all. That's what, if I'm looking down at the screen, I'm looking to make sure that it's right. Uh, I've watched a lot of tutorials. I've watched a ridiculous amount of tutorials, bro. On Monday, we broke down what intentional care really means. Having that mindset, that vision, and that determination for a specific goal or outcome, that intention to care, to really provide for. How are we doing that in our own lives as we're on the physical pillar? Whether it's for our body or whether it's for our life, our dream, our vision, our hopes, whatever. And we really walked through, man, what is something that we need to care for, and what is a way that we can care for it? And I think that was something that really sparked a conversation in me as I wrote it, because, man, as I was looking over the notes and just having different conversations with people, something that I really realized, okay, there's areas in my life, in Sage's life, that need care. Can't bypass that. There's no shortcuts. And I'm going to let you guys in on my life with things that are happening here. As I'm preparing to go into these schools and have these speeches, right? This is coming off the heels of I had a stable job. Like you guys, man, you guys been rocking with me since I was back at my mom's with no wife, no girlfriend, just me. Then you guys came alongside, and bro, I got a girlfriend, got married, moved here. And you guys remember that very first episode where the couch was white because we had a couch cover on it? Man, we're like, yo, brand new apartment. Shelby and I did it. Then you guys witnessed the first job we had as a married couple. Then you guys witnessed when we stepped down from that job. Now you're witnessing, it's like, whoa, we're really living life together, bro. I can't hide things from you, and I won't, because that wouldn't be right. So during this time period, man, I asked, and I do get spiritual in this conversation, other ones not so much. But in this one, I have to, because we're talking about things. And so on Monday, it really sparked in my mind like, God, I remember when you told me in Shelby in January to step down, and we prayed and we fasted. Okay. God, I remember when I was with my team and we would pray and we would fast every first of the month. God, I remember, God, you said, God this, God that. And he's like, okay, well, did you hear me? Yeah. Okay, so then I'm just making sure, Sage, because now I'm going to tell you something and you really need to know. Okay. Sage, I want you to step down and I want you to go into speaking full time. Sure. That sounds great, because I've done that. And then God was like, no. This is different. This is different. I don't want you to do this on the side. I want this to be your main. And even with that, I want you, this wasn't just this Monday. This is a conversation that's been happening for a while. Sage, I want you to close down your last company, the last LLC you had, and I want you to open up a new one. Sage, I want you to shut down everything that was going on before, and I want you to do it again. This time with a vision, this time with intention, this time with real care. Yo, I had my last LLC. I didn't do nothing with it. I think I had it for like 2 years. Like, what the heck? Because it didn't have a vision. So when I'm sharing these things with you, it's because God has walked me through these things. And so I'm sitting back and I'm like, okay, God, I'm trusting you. You said take a step back and no job except for this. Okay. Then I'm going to assume everything's going to be chill. Nothing has been chill. I've had peace. I've had grace. God has been providing. And it's not chill at all. Grace from the things that I've used to do has been lifted. And God has been giving me confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. I was praying this morning. I had a conversation with a buddy of mine last week, and I said, man, I think I'm going to retire from this thing. And he goes, whoa, really? Why? I think just the season for that is done. Okay. Got a phone call today from one of my clients in that area. Hey, I'm going to close. Let's make this one the last one for a bit. We can jump in a month from now. Okay. It wasn't devastating because God had already been preparing me, and that was just confirmation of what God has been saying. So that was on Monday. The intentional care, where we have to plan for these things. You need a plan. You can't just go in without a plan. It doesn't make any sense. Tuesday, we again on Vision Board, we really did hit, oh, if this is intentional care, I'm gonna have to get to it. Like, I just can't sit back and be like, it's all gonna work out. No, it's not all gonna work out. It won't work out unless you pay what it costs. It won't work out unless you're following the instructions of God. It won't work out unless you have a vision. Things don't just work out for the sake of working out. The natural direction of things is chaos and disorder. That's science. You have to be intentional. And God reminded me, and I'm sharing this, I'm tying this week into life stories that are actually going on today as of this recording, where it's like, hey, Sage, you remember when you were reading that book and it gave you a list of things to do? Yeah, do that. So as you guys know, I read. I'm an avid reader. And this community, we are readers. Nobody's saying you need to read 52 books a year. Read 2 books a year at least. And so I'm reading one of my books, and it talks about write out what you want. This is not new to us. We know write the vision down and make it plain, posting it everywhere. However, it goes, write out what you want, say it every morning and every night, but be specific. And I was sitting down and I was asking God, I said, okay, God, like, I'm not working my previous job anymore. Now I'm just doing this. And he goes, well, how much money do you need? Not how much do you want, but how much do you need? It's a good question. These are my monthly expenses. But once my monthly expenses are up, we don't just want to be at zero. So I guess this is the amount I need. All right, I got that. Write it down. So I did, and y'all, I got fancy with it, because if I'm gonna look at it every day, 1, I want to be able to read it. 2, I want it to look nice, and 3, I want it to be official. So this is what I did. I went ahead and I wrote a contract for myself to keep my word. I'm gonna flip it around in a second and show you, but I'm gonna read it because I want you to see it, because there's power in it. It says end goal. Y'all, and I got like 15 pieces of paper. I was writing down, making sure all my numbers are right and blah, blah, blah. I said my end goal for this month, I got something I want for the year. I got something I want for the next 2 years. This is for this month. This is my first full, Shelby and I's first full official month without our previous stability. Because we know God is our provider, not man. You know, when we talk about spiritual, mental, physical, social, financial, when the spirit's right, your mental's right. When your mental's right, your physical is right. When your physical is right, your social is right. And when your social is right, y'all, the money just comes. And that has been happening time and time and time and time and time and time again. Y'all, we gave our last paycheck back. God told us to. That was crazy. That was crazy. We said, man, thank you so much. Please keep your check. Consider it a donation. Okay, guys, so where's the money going to come from? Like, can we be real? Like, just honest? And I'm not saying these things of like, whoa, wow, look at Sage, look at Shelby. Oh my God. No, I'm telling you, like, we're really following the Lord and seeing, okay, God, like, this is for your glory. I wouldn't be doing God justice if I only celebrate the highlights. The Bible's not even written like that. So back to this thing. I wrote it down. I'm going to read it. And I've been saying this every day since I wrote it. End goal, $5,000 by March 31st. I will acquire $5,000 by March 31st. To achieve this, I will invest my time, push beyond my comfort zone, and set aside my ego. My strategy is clear. I will pray before I work, contact schools on my list, and book 2 assemblies at $2,500 each. I signed and dated it. Y'all, so these things are real. They're real. And what was it? I think it was the last one we were hitting on financial. I shared this story. It was during that big thunderstorm. You guys remember that our power cut out. God was reminding me of like, hey, you remember when you weren't working for 6 months and how I still provided? Yeah. So, Sage, where's the question? Okay. God, thank you for a vision. Because now my money has places to go. We opened up new bank accounts. We closed old ones. We got specific. Okay, well, when we get X amount, how much are we giving where? What are we going to do with it? It's surely not just going to sit here. All right, y'all. Hey, we are back. All right, y'all. Hey, we are back. So, man, if you are watching this, what ended up happening, we had this video and I was talking about the quality and stuff. Anyway, you already know the whole spiel. What ended up happening, we had to stop it, is the file size got larger than what my SSD could hold. And I said, what the? Anyway, went ahead and resolved it. So we're back. Thank you for your patience. Again, learning curves, bro. I'm learning these things. If you can see my setup, I mean, it's crazy, bro. I do my best to give you guys the best quality that you can have. All you have is all you need. Bro, I'm using I prayed for this. I prayed for this mic. You guys know I had my my baby bottle Spark, my red mic, and I used that for a while, and I didn't like the way that looked for the type of content that I want to give to you. So I prayed because I was using these old mics that belonged to my previous boss. I was like, God, I want something that's mine. You know, give me something that's mine. Boom, got a deal for these. I'm using my phone to record. Like, I learned the computer software. Y'all, we used to record on what's that called? On QuickTime Player. We used to record on that. And then what did we do? What did we use after QuickTime? I don't remember what we used after QuickTime. There was another software that we were using. And now we're using OBS. So I'm learning these things as I go. And it's a challenge, but it all started with writing things down. So going back to the conversation before everything cut off, everything has a place. Everything has a place. That was Tuesday. Wednesday, we talked about back to the book. And this was a story about Sodom and Gomorrah, specifically Lot. And how when the angels said in Genesis 19, hey, this is what's going to happen. Don't stop anywhere until you get to the mountain. Don't turn around. Don't look back. And what do we see happened? Lot stopped. Lot's wife turned around, got turned into a pillar of salt. And then later on in the rest of the chapter, Lot's daughters get him drunk and they take advantage of him. Now, I'm telling you, this is the Bible, bro. It's the Bible. And I was studying that and I said, yo, that's crazy. Okay, God, where am I doing that in my life? Where did you tell me to keep going, but I'm stopping? And recently, y'all, God's just been hitting me with example after example, specific Bible stories and how they're relating to my life. And there's just been a consistent theme going on. It has been eye-opening. It has been humbling. It has been empowering. I remember I was having this conversation with Shelby. Because before, when I was doing speaking, I mean, I wasn't getting paid the amount that I'm asking for now. However, the amount I'm asking for now still isn't worth what I should be charging, but I'm getting my feet in there. was sitting back and I was like, yo, I can't freestyle speeches. Like, not anymore. Maybe later once I get more experience, but not right now. That's a disservice to the craft. That's a disservice to God. That's a disservice to these students that I'm talking to and pouring into. I need a curriculum. And so I put together a curriculum for the schools. And then God said, okay, for this speech that you're praying for, where is it? What are you going to say? What are you going to talk about? Oh, I don't have a speech yet. Okay, son, yeah, I know. So why would I give you an opportunity if you don't have anything to give them? Oh, God, that's a good point. Thank you for not giving me anything yet. Because I would have embarrassed myself and I would have embarrassed you. Okay, let me sit down. God, give me a download. And I went ahead and I typed up a speech. I put together an outline. And I've been practicing it. Because there are no shortcuts. As much as I want them, as much as Sage Breed wants a shortcut, I won't take them. Because I found this quote the other night and I sent it to my dad. It was from 2017, October 2017. Actually, I have it right here, y'all. I will get this to you. He said, do you want to know the difference between fast and quick? Quick is easy. Fast is quick, only quicker. And I remember when I wrote that, September 3rd, 2017. I remember when I wrote that, I was laughing. I said, oh, my dad, he's so silly. Oh, my dad, blah, blah, blah. And I read that the other night and I said, wow, that's deep. I said, that's deep. Man, quick is easy. We don't want the easy, like we want the easy way, right? Don't get me wrong. But it's like we don't want the easy way when it comes to what we're building. Because it's gonna not prepare us the way it needs to. And we went to this service the other day, Shelby and I and a friend, and they were talking about Exodus chapter 14. And the passage was about how the Egyptians said, Moses, why did you bring us out here to the desert? Were there not enough graves in Egypt? Like, you had to take us out here to just... And there was a miracle that happened, but it happened overnight. Now, I watched The Prince of Egypt, and it's a incredible movie. I love it. I love that movie. I'm watching it, and even just the way that it's described and how I was taught, y'all, there was a mighty wind, and it split the Red Sea open like that. That is not what happened. That is not what happened. It did rock my theology a bit. I'm reading it with my own eyeballs, looking at the paper, and it goes all throughout the night. All throughout the night, not immediately. And then what ended up happening is as they're crossing, I thought that the moment the last Israelite crossed into the water, then all the waters closed. That's not what happened. That is not what happened. The Egyptians went through on dry land as well, and they were on the other side with them. But then the Bible says that the Lord put another angel in between them so that they wouldn't mix. So the Egyptians couldn't get to the Israelites, and the Israelites couldn't run back to the Egyptians. And when the Egyptians realized that they were being stopped, they turned around to cross the waters again. And when they went back, it closed. So that is not what happened. So I'm looking at this in Genesis 19. Oh, I need to keep going all the way. I have to full send it. I can't half send. Oh, I have to get rid of things that are holding me back. Conversations need to be had between Shelby and I and our family. Different things need to take place and transpire. This will not work unless I do. And God has been giving me specific strategy for what to do in this time period. And I'm looking like, God, it doesn't make any freaking sense. It doesn't make any sense. And he goes, I know. Because I don't want you to take credit for what I'm going to do. And that's even one of the reasons why I felt so compelled to share this with y'all. And I'm going to be quick. I don't know how much space I got left on this. Let's move into Thursday. On Thursday, we talked on Lifeline. And we answered, underrated Bible characters. And Hunter shared just these different mentality that it takes to be successful. Y'all, it's not easy out here. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling this up because I want to make sure I get it right. We were sharing the importance of needing to be intentional with the way that we care about ourselves, the importance of intentionally caring about our circle, the importance of intentionally being where we need to be in the way that we need to be there. It's hard. It's hard. I look around and I'm just like, God, what in the world, bro? Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, what is happening? And at the same time, I'm like, God, like, yo, what are you doing? What is crazy? What is happening? It's both and. It's both and. It's like doing the best with what we got. All we have is all we need. And I'm asking God, do I need to be doing more? Do I need to be doing less? And he goes, no, you're fine. Just do what you know to do. And I'll fill in the gaps right now. Later, yeah, really amp it up. Right now, put my faith to the test, my boy. I want to give this to you real time because perhaps you are in a similar place of saying, Sage, I don't know how this is going to work out. I want to trust God, and I'm realizing there's areas where I don't. Today, the day of my recording, I was in my closet and I was praying, and God said, I want you, don't worry about nothing. I want you to tell me every doubt that you have. And then he said, and don't defend yourself. I'm not coming against you. You're not hurting my feelings, but you need to say them out loud. So I went through every doubt. I said, God, bring to my mind every doubt that I have. And because God can't bless what we pretend is okay. So, I mean, shoot. You guys are going to get an update as we go. This is even going to be a log for the future. And that's just something that God has been doing. There's always been a moment where this is like a delineation point where people get to witness what God is doing. Because I'm not a solo dolo. God is doing the same thing in your life. He is. As I was writing the speech and as I was practicing it, it's like, oh, who here has ever experienced this? Look around. You're not alone. Who here has ever felt this way? Look around. You're not alone. So thank you guys for rocking with us. Thank you guys for sitting down and being like, oh, okay, this really is a real life person going through real life things. And he's not trying to say like, look what I'm doing. Look how much better I am. I'm not. It's just saying, yo, let's just be friends. Let's have a community. Let's look out for one another. Let's take care of one another. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot since the inception of this pod, when God told us to cut it, when he told us to bring it back. Now we're here. Y'all, it's been a freaking trip. It has. And through the midst of it, we get to see that through intentional care, God is intentionally caring about us. I'm excited for next week. Next week, we're going to talk about social. In fact, let me just read for you what we got. We got compassion. We're going to talk about compassion. Trading Places, that's the name of a movie. That's a good movie. Just Do It. I'm going to talk about Genesis 20. Hunter and I are cooking something tasty up for Lifeline. He's been doing such a great job. Maybe we'll even get Shelby back on the pod. Hey, I don't know. You guys seem to love that. I loved it. And got her on the love seat. Man, y'all. So take these things into consideration. Really, really take them to heart. I want to encourage you to read more. This is actually a book that helped give me a lot of perspective. It's called Leadership and Self-Deception by the Arbinger Institute. This one, man, is a good book. This is a really good book. It's talking about the box and how we need people to help get us out when we get in a certain mind state. Shelby and I, we have read it once a year so far. It is what it is. But y'all take some time to care about yourself. Write your vision down. Write your goals down. Get specific. You want money? That's great. How much money? Then what are you going to do with that money? You want friends? How many friends? What are you going to do with those friends? You want a new place to live? That's great. What kind of place? Where do you want to live? What would you do when you live there? You want something? That's great. What are you going to do with it? Be intentional about the gifts that God has given you. Y'all, thank you for liking this. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for ringing the notification bell. It's weird to say like on these things. I don't know if I will continue to say that. Actually, really, I don't like saying that. But I will continue to thank you for watching. I will continue to thank you for sharing this with people. Being like, yo, you know what? This is a good conversation. I think this will benefit you. I love it. I love it. Y'all, you're strong. You're smart. I love you. And until next time, peace.